Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Crime Scene Cleaner. It's important to stress that what you're looking at here is a preview build, so everything that you're about to see is subject to change. The game is due out in about 5 days, so what you're looking at for the most part should be reflective of the finished product. There is a playtest that is currently available, so if you hurry up, you might be able to get in on that, but I can't guarantee anything. So if you've ever played Viscera Cleanup Detail, you'll be very familiar with this game. Typically you get this like Swiffer mop kind of thing, and you also get a bucket, and you have to fill the bucket with water, and every now and again you have to clean your mop so that you're not tracking blood all over the place. But I will say, for those of you that are worried, this game is not as intense, I will say, as Viscera Cleanup Detail, because in Viscera Cleanup Detail you could track blood everywhere, and it was just a nightmare to deal with. Yes, you still have to clean up the bucket, like the bucket itself will get full of dirty water, bloody water, and you have to go, refill it with water and stuff. But still, like, it's more forgiving. Like in Viscera Cleanup Detail, you could actually knock over the bucket of water and blood would spill everywhere. You could step in blood and track it all over the place. It's just a very unforgiving kind of game. This game, again, is much more lenient that way. So there's an X-ray vision ability that you get right from the very beginning of the game, which is kind of nice. And that allows you to see what you're missing in a particular room. And certain blood is harder to clean than others, so you might want to use a special cleaner that you can actually pour into the bucket of water, and then that'll give you like a buff of some kind. Like, it might make tough stains easier to clean, it might extend the length of which your bucket gets dirty and you have to refill it, that kind of thing. You also have other tools at your disposal. There's a handheld sponge, which is more like accurate. So for like really tough stains that's localized, you can switch to your sponge, and you can also dip that in the water for the buff as well, assuming you've got cleaning solution in there. So yeah, I mean, you just alternate between the mop and the sponge typically. And now I should note that I've only played, I think, the first level at this point. So there may be more tools down the line, I can't say. I think there is, because the skill tree is pretty extensive. You also have to pick up trash on occasion, so there's that. You have to also, whenever your bag gets full, you have to bring it out to the truck and dispose of the trash bag that way. And in case you haven't guessed, this is like, you're called to a scene after the fact, and you have to clean up to hide the evidence. That's typically what, I mean, in case you couldn't tell from the title of the game, that's what you're doing here. You're sort of hired to clean up after a murder or whatever. There's also a bit of like, not Tetris, but like there are furniture in the environment that you clean it, and then you have to figure out where they go. But the X-ray vision ability will tell you where the silhouette should be, so you can just bring the item over to it and, try it that way. So there is a little bit of like, there's some extra things to do aside from just cleaning, which is kind of nice. So for those of you that are like, really good at like House Flipper or other games where you're moving furniture around and, trying to make things look aesthetic, this game might be for you, I don't know. It's mainly a cleaning game at its heart. So Viscera Cleanup Detail, Power Wash Simulator, that's typically what you're doing here. The furniture stuff was very minute compared to everything else. Now, you will find bodies on site as well, and the most annoying thing was just dragging them out to your truck. There are like hidden areas in this game, I will say that, like for the different levels, that you'll find like cassette tapes, and some other secrets, so just be wary of that, so be on the lookout for that as well. There's even, with these cassette tapes, you unlock new music tracks, but the skill tree is what I'm most interested in. There's like 5 different tabs. There's like a cleaning tab for your mop and your sponge. There's a pressure washer, which I have not unlocked yet. You've got garbage can, lamp, and a UV lamp upgrade at some point. Bucket, clean detergent, and power detergent, so you can upgrade those as well. And then your cleaner sense, which is your X-ray vision, you can further upgrade those abilities. So all of that is really cool. And like, when it comes to playaway, to be honest with you, I usually, my standing order with playaway is I play the game for 10 minutes, and that's long enough for me to know if it's an unoptimized mess. and that's when typically I uninstall the game. But with this game, even though it's published by Playaway, it's actually pretty good. 40 minutes flew by for my first mission, and before I knew it, I was over. So I actually enjoyed this one. And again, I don't play Viscera Cleanup Detail because of how tedious it can be. This one is a lot more lenient in that regard. And I wish the game would tell you how many secrets were left in the level before you leave. Like when the mission was over, like I missed 3 secrets and some cassette tapes, and you can't go back to a mission. Like you have to start it over from scratch. So like it would have been nice to know, what I was missing. Like my task list was like done, but it didn't tell me what the secrets were or how many were left, and that's kind of annoying. There is a dog at your home in between levels, and yes, you can pet the dog. So, of course, I have to recommend the game based on that alone. As far as your house is concerned, it's just a place to go to in between missions. You get phone calls, you accept like new missions on your computer in the basement. It's just a place to go in between levels. But all in all, what I played so far, I'm digging it. This is a game that I could just casually play every now and again. There is a mid-level save. There wasn't in the prologue, but there is with this. So, like, you can exit to the main menu. It'll say your progress will be saved. So you can leave mid-mission and come back to it later. So yes, I do recommend this. I don't know what the price is going to be because the game is still not released yet and it wasn't in my press email, but it's not a bad game at all. I was shocked. So yeah, this is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.